This one waddling over. Excuse me, ma'am. Hello, good evening. It is so late. Oh my gosh. 5:32. Basically, we got home from grabbing lunch at In-N-Out, ate our lunch, and then it was quiet time for Ellie, so she went upstairs. I attempted to get Wolfie to go to sleep. He eventually did, probably around, I want to say, like 2:30 or something like that. And then we all fell asleep after that, and we just woke up at like 5. So we took a really nice long nap, which was very much needed because pretty much both me and Matt stayed up really late last night. So that's one of the main reasons why we needed a nap. Matt was working on the Christmas Village. He wanted to like rearrange the train tracks, and I stayed up late to read my book to finish it, which I did. Well, actually, I stayed up to edit my vlog and then read my book. However, now we're on a time crunch. I'm trying to like whip up dinner really quickly because we have about an hour before we need to leave for Ellie's dance studio because they're hosting a trunk or treat tonight. And I just really, really want to make sure that we go to it. One, because you know, it's an event at Ellie's dance studio. This year I really want to be super involved within the dance studio because it's our last year with them, basically. I also just really want to do any Halloween activities that we can. You know, we didn't even go to a pumpkin patch this year. I mean, I guess we could still go because it's still a week before Halloween. I really want to make sure that we're doing some Halloween activities. So yeah, we have about an hour. I'm trying to like defrost some meat right now because I didn't defrost any meats, but I'm defrosting meat and boiling water for spaghetti, basically. So hopefully I can get it whipped up pretty quickly. The longest part in doing spaghetti is just waiting for the water to boil, and that's it. So hopefully this can get going. But I'm sorry for the late check-in. It was just a very hectic day. It wasn't even a really hectic day. We went to Play and Learn in the morning, and then after Play and Learn, we took Ellie to the park, and then that's when we went and had lunch got lunch at In-N-Out. We had every intention of also going to Michael's because we want to pick up more buildings for our village because we're obsessed. Like, we can't get enough of it. And I want to pick up a building for my sister and my brother-in-law to do, and also for my mom when they're here during Thanksgiving. Anyways, I think I need to go downstairs and continue cooking, but I will definitely check in later. Michelle, show me your outfit. Michelle, you gotta wait, honey. You gotta wait your turn. Say trick or treat. Say thank you. Trick or treat. Trick or treat. Happy Halloween. That's a good one. Hello, good evening. We're back from taking Ellie to her trunk or treat that was hosted by her dance studio. It was really fun. Ellie had a great time. There were a couple of pretty cool trunk setups. There was one that had like a full-on werewolf in like the whole body, the whole entire body. I'm glad that we were able to get out today. I mean, we went out earlier in the day as well, but I'm glad that we were able to like get out and do something fun for Ellie and something like festive. So now I am going to upload my footage and edit some of my vlog, but I did want to talk about the book that I read last night. Hold on. All right, so last night I finished This Spells Love by Kate Robb, and I gave this a solid 4 stars. It was really cute, very fun, and I really loved the magical realism that was involved in the storyline. If you think of like the type of like magical realism that happened in 13 going on 30, it's kind of similar to that, where she makes a wish and it comes true. The only difference is that in 13 going on 30, she travels like way into the future, whereas in this one, it's like the same time. It's just an event that happened in the past was changed. So it was like a butterfly effect for everything that happened after that one specific event that she wished would never happen. I think this would be a really cute movie. A lot of the romance novels that I've been reading have such good potential to be a rom-com, like a true rom-com. I don't want a romance that's like heartbreaking and like sad. I want the comedy aspect of it, and I feel like this definitely has a lot of that. They have really good banter between the 2 main characters. She has a lot of like fun, chaotic thoughts that go on. Basically, in the beginning of the book, she is broken up by her boyfriend. Her aunt suggests for her to do some love cleansing spell, and it works, but unfortunately, in the process of her erasing her ex from her life, she also erases her best friend from her life because they met the same day. And essentially what happens is like the day that she met her ex-boyfriend like never happens. So that's why she never meets her best friend either. And so in this second timeline that she's living, where she's trying to get back into a relationship with her best friend, she's trying to just have like a platonic relationship in the beginning, but then like as they continue to hang out with each other, it's pretty clear that she's more attracted to him and he seems a little bit different, and she wants more than just a friendship. And so they end up dating, and she's still kind of hung up a little bit on who her best friend was in her original timeline. She often compares her best friend Dax from her first timeline to the second timeline, in good and in bad ways, but she does notice that there's a lot of differences. She's realizing that the spell has not only changed her life, but it's also affected his life as well, and not in the most positive way. And so she kind of is regretting what she did. She was already regretting what she did because she obviously wanted to have her best friend back in her life. But as she started dating him, she was like, well, maybe we can just keep it like this because I'm enjoying being with him in a serious relationship. But once she realizes that his life is not as it once was, she feels really bad and wants to fix it and like correct it for him. She has like one opportunity to reverse the spell on the next, I don't think it's a full moon, I think it's like a waning gibbous or something like that. And she has up until then to figure out what she wants to do. At the last night, she decides that like it would just be so much better, not just for her, but for him and also her sister, for her to go back and reverse the spell. When she reverses the spell, she adds in a little bit of an extra like wish in there. And so when she goes back to her original timeline, that is also still altered. And there are still subtle changes that have happened in her life. Basically, the lesson that she's learned from living this second timeline is that she still has the opportunity to change anything that she wants to change in her life and like take control of it. She doesn't have to have it only one way. There are opportunities for her to take them, and it's up to her whether or not she wants to change her life. She knows what she needs to do in order to make her life better for herself, and when she goes back to her original timeline, everything is set up for her to just make that decision on her own. And there's a little bit of like foreshadowing in there because at one point her sister in the second timeline, Gemma gets an opportunity, a business opportunity, and her first thought is, oh, I need to call Dax, her best friend slash boyfriend. And her sister was like, okay, wait, I think you need to hold off on calling him and you should probably just think about it for yourself and like really decide for yourself what it is that you want and not just base it off of what somebody else is gonna like tell you. I really liked how the story ended. And like I said, I really feel like this would be a really cute movie. It feels very much like a 13 going on 30, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days type of rom-com, like the true early aughts rom-com that I feel we're missing in today's movie space. There's a couple of things that they didn't address. Like the aunt seems to be somewhat mystical. Her aunt definitely seems like she knows more than she's letting on, but they never address it at all. Gemma does kind of in her mind think, oh, that was kind of weird, like that happened, but she never confronts her about it. So that's a fun little element of the book, that potentially there is some real magical things happening through her aunt, but like I said, they never talk about it. The book is pretty spicy for sure. I would say like level 4 spice out of 5. I like Kate Robb's writing. I think she has that kind of relatable voice. It's a very easy to read book. It's not like super like poetic writing or anything like that. It's more a train of thought kind of writing, being really in the mind of the character. Yeah. All in all, I really enjoyed it. So if you haven't read This Spells Love yet, I definitely recommend picking it up, especially if you like rom-coms. There's a lot of dialogue in this book, so it goes really quickly. It's not a super like hefty book. So Matt worked on the Christmas Village last night. He rearranged the train. He wasn't happy with the setup, so it looks a little bit different now, so I'm going to show it to you. We moved the A-frame up here, and the village is now below the train tracks. So train's parked, but basically you can back it up onto this track and then it'll go around in the circle. And so we've got the Holiday Inn there, the cafe, the bakery, and then the apothecary and the Broom Emporium are still undone, but there's a lot of space here for us to like put other things. We definitely want to pick up more A-frames so that this can be kind of like the residential area. All right, well, that's it for me tonight. I'm going to work on my vlog and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Thank you so much for joining me for another day of Vlogtober. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.